You good? You good?
Now I get the red from this.
No, that's kind of funny actually. Like a Terminator eye.
Okay, there you go.
We're
all good.
Wow.
You guys ready to go?
So ready.
Oh God, please Wayne, don't knock that Wayne over. Wine
That
over.
Wayne, don't knock that Wayne over.
Wayne don't like the one over.
God, I don't want to hear him.
Okay, so we're starting this thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are we doing?
Just follow our lead. Fuck.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
You ready? All right. Welcome to Quick Sixer episode 7 with your boy Pat Artist and Drew Pasley. Today we have two guests. Our boy Kyle Olson
Hello.
and you know Wayne. We talked about Wayne before.
I'm here.
I'm
here.
So
It's
yeah,
a
Wayne.
podcast.
Yeah, so
It's
Wayne
a-
Hendricks.
I'm too busy playing with Periscope here and not
Yeah.
paying attention to these guys.
As always, we're always live on Periscope.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And today is Veterans Day. And so, yay for America and veterans. But reason we have Kyle on today
Oh my
actually
God.
is to promote a documentary he is doing and working on currently, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. We're gonna get full on into it in the 0.5 episode as usual, just a full on story about it. But we want to talk a little bit about it on here. So Kyle, what is the documentary? How long you've been working on it? And just give us a little rundown.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay, so in a nutshell, a few months ago I was on Facebook, and I'm scrolling along like all of us do on Facebook, and there was a post of this guy who was in his 90s holding a sign that said, "I was on the LST-218 in World War II looking for any of my fellow shipmates."
Cool.
And this post got like a wicked amount of hits. It had like hundreds of thousands of shares. And so everybody was trying to help this guy find his shipmates. And so I reached out to them and said, "Hey, have you found anybody yet?" And they said, "No, not yet, but we're still hunting. But we'll keep you posted." And so we stayed in touch. And a few months later, they said, "Hey, we found a shipmate, and they're not that far away, so we think we're going to do a reunion." And I was like,
Cool.
"Well, if you'd be so nice to have us, we'd like to come and shoot this whole thing and document it and kind of record a piece of history of these two guys reuniting for the first time in 70 years."
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We went down there and we spent like 2.5 weeks with them. We got everything leading up to the actual reunion, shot the reunion, did a little bit of aftermath of what that meant to them and all that.
Where was the
And,
reunion?
The reunion was in Stover, Missouri, which is where one of the two veterans lived. And then the other guy lives in Joliet, Illinois. So he drove all the way from Joliet, Illinois to Stover, Missouri,
Cool.
which is not easy for a 92-year-old guy.
No, he drove himself.
No, he didn't drive himself. He had people
Like
that did
that's
that.
a hazard.
That would be a hazard, but yeah, but it was pretty cool, and it was awesome.
Really
like
cool.
a really interesting way to like see kind of a piece of our country's history through like other people's eyes. So it was neat. It was
Is
fun.
this the first documentary that you've ever tried to make? Or?
This is not the first one I've done. I did one like a year or so ago. It was called Letters to Ashley, and it has very different subject, very different kind of not moral, but kind of a different storyline, I guess is the best way to put it. Where this one's very much more uplifting and more historical and that kind of
Cool.
stuff.
Cool.
So.
Where can we find Letters to Ashley
Yes,
anywhere?
it's Letters to Ashley can be found on letterstoashley.com.
Nice.
And Last
Ashley
Signal.
spelled-
Ashley is spelled ASHLEIGH. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different spelling.
I
of the word
didn't
Ashley.
know.
Yeah, and then this new one is called The Last Signal.
Last Signal.
The Last Signal, and it's at lastsignalmovie.com. So
Cool.
people should go check that out.
All right, right.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a little sum up of Kyle's new documentary. We're gonna get a lot more into that in a little bit.
So much into that.
So much, so in.
It's going to be great.
We're gonna get real into it. But we actually forgot something. We forgot to introduce our beverages for this particular episode.
Yeah,
we
that's
kind of do
important.
that. It is important. So quick sixer, 6 beers, not necessarily beers this time. Well, me and Drew, but so
We
today, your boy went down to the store and was like, "Man, this weird 12 pack looks real interesting." So I'm gonna get it. So it's Joseph's Brau Vienna style lager. Me and Drew are gonna
But-
drink the same
yeah.
one throughout the thing. So
Yeah,
This
the 12er has like different kinds of beers.
Yeah, it's
in
like
it,
a
right?
variety
It's like
pack.
a variety pack of
So-
this brand. So and Wayne's drinking a bottle of wine.
I'm drinking a bottle of wine that was stolen from Pat's wedding. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I stole this bottle from Pat. So.
Yeah, and our boy Kyle, who doesn't particularly
I'm drinking
like alcohol.
This is called Coca-Cola.
We're keeping it. Coca-Cola.
You've probably never heard of it.
Craft? Is it a craft
craft
cola?
Yeah, craft
It's,
cola?
it's got a secret recipe.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man,
And
Only two
man,
people
as
know
these
now.
do.
only 2 people know it.
Yeah.
And did you know that both people only know half the recipe?
I did know that.
Yeah,
That
so
is
it's a
crazy.
fun fact. Isn't
Do
that
they know
crazy?
what order
crazy.
the recipe is in?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know.
Because they're fucked.
Like if
They
you're number
actually-
1 and you're number 2, or
Yeah,
the other
yeah,
way
yeah.
around. I don't know. It's a good
Or
question.
like it's like cut in 4s, and like one person has 1 and 3, and the other person has 2 and 4.
That's interesting. I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyways, yeah. So Kyle doesn't really dig.
Somebody's got to be a
alcohols.
designated driver at this event. So
Yeah, but we're already home, so.
So back to the documentary stuff.
Yeah.
I've been working in documentaries since probably about 2009.
Yeah.
That's how I started my career in film.
Yeah.
I worked with a lot of filmmakers in Memphis, and we worked on documentaries. So this is your second. Have you done anything besides making the documentary? Have you worked in documentaries without like actually producing them? Or?
yeah, I've worked on documentary like docu-style TV shows and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. There's a lot that I've been working on that are actually going to be coming out in the next like year or so, which is kind of fun. And I've been like production manager and like other various roles
Anything
on
you can
those
talk
things.
about or you want to talk about?
Not that I can talk about. I'm under contract
Okay.
as
Yeah,
we
that's fine.
usually are for those
NDAs,
kind of things.
always.
NDAs, yeah, but they're all really cool. One's coming to the title of it is called Rich in Faith, and it's coming to Oxygen December 2nd or 3rd, I think it is. And it was great. It was really cool because it's about this guy who like married Kim and Kanye West, who's like this very
The guy who
famous
married
pastor.
them?
Yeah, he was like the guy who married him, and he's making like a new like church. And he's like a famous celebrity for like young kids, and so they're following
young
his like not for young kids, but like for the younger generation. You know, our generation isn't
But
as much of the church.
he's a what, like a Joel Osteen for like a
Yeah,
younger-
basically, yeah, exactly. He's
Okay.
like a Joel Osteen for like the millennials. you
Speaking
know?
of Joel Osteen, how about that power mullet?
yes,
He's
yes.
got pretty powerful mullet.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that is so strong. Like I mean, like
He
every
does
time I
have a-
see this guy, I mean the mullet is so. I can't even hear what he's saying because the mullet is so strong.
It's true.
Is
Yeah.
that actually, you know what, Wayne?
Are you
mullets?
Are you googling?
No, I forgot.
You're gonna
to-
Google
I
a
forgot
picture.
to tweet out. that we-
Tweet Joel Osteen right now.
No,
we need to
At
we need to
Joel
tell,
Osteen.
we need to
Add
tell
Joel
Joel.
Osteen that power
Yes.
mullet though.
Yeah,
That just
you
put
know,
that.
I've never seen somebody rock a power mullet like that. I mean, it's just.
Speaking of pet peeves
not
like mullets,
like
we
Is that a pet peeve of yours? Mullets?
well, it is when it's not on purpose.
When it's not on purpose.
You can't do that.
So when would so?
I can.
What can't you? What?
Why not?
I'm too nice. I can't like pick on people like on social.
It's
media.
not like you're actually telling
picking on the
Jesus
guy.
that he has a
I'm not
weird
picking on
mullet.
that. I'm not saying that his mullet is bad. I'm just saying,
He's saying
it's
it's a powerful
strong
You're
mullet.
just saying
It's
strong
actually a
good for you.
compliment.
It's a strong
Okay.
mullet.
It's actually a
And-
compliment,
yeah.
honestly.
All right, fine. I'll do it.
Yeah,
You just don't see many people rocking a mullet these
I
days.
mean, your face is only on half of our profile picture, so we can talk shit to me. I don't care.
So I'll
Preach to
say
me all day.
that power mullet.
The
No.
T-A-O. That's
Okay,
it.
that's
it.
all you have to do. That's all.
That's it.
So okay.
That's
So
Nice.
that's
We'll see
we
if
just- we just
our
talked-
boy Joel hits us back.
yeah. You know, hopefully he'll.
Prediction: he will not.
He's
I'm
too
gonna go
busy.
ahead and on a limb and say
He's too busy.
that's never happening. We might get
empiring.
sued, actually.
I mean, though, if anybody were to, he
It'd be
might.
awesome if he did. Hit us
Because
with like some verse or
he
something.
loves everybody. Like you know,
apparently.
he's obviously a man of God, and so he
He's a
believes.
man of that money.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what he is.
true story.
He's a man of that money.
True story. But he also like I don't know. There's I think there's like a slight percentage that you might actually hear from Joel Osteen just because he likes to reach all people and give love to everybody. So he,
That's
he
a
might.
shit.
He,
the
I
same
feel
shit
like
with-
I feel like it'll be something like I hope it brings you happiness.
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
you know,
Something weird.
I'm glad that I can do something.
That's the same
for
shit.
you.
Like apparently Mark Hamill tweets a lot to people, like
Mhm.
just randomly.
Mhm.
Hey, that was
Like
pretty
people-
cool.
There was
Yeah.
somebody else that does too. I forget who it was.
That was pretty
Like,
cool
yeah,
what
it's a
Mark
thing.
Hamill did. You guys saw where he
With the
helped
dude-
get that guy with cancer.
he died.
Yeah, and he just
Yeah,
yeah,
he
just
just
like
died.
2 days ago.
Yeah,
Did he get to see it?
He
yeah,
did.
he saw it and then he
Awesome.
died.
Yeah,
The
Wow.
dude held out hardcore.
Well, that's
he definitely held out.
I mean, good for him though. You
That's
know?
cool.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
That's really.
But
cool.
But okay, so in that point right there, and you watch the movie, what would happen if he hated it?
Then fuck it. Whatever.
I mean, he just like waited his last breath.
Did it kill him?
God, that's.
Oh no,
I think we're getting a little dark.
We're getting a little dark.
We're getting a little dark.
Darker than y'all want to be on a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
never know.
I feel like you wait a long time. Like a lot of people wait a long time for the Star Wars, like the
It looks
other
great.
reboot, other reboot or whatever, the first reboot they did.
Right.
And it's just like,
See, that's something I've been telling all of my friends about. Everybody right now is like peeing their pants with excitement
It's
for
the
Star
same
Wars
shit
Episode
as Phantom
7.
Menace.
It's like, hold on, folks. Do you remember? Let's all get in a time capsule for a second. Okay, everybody's in a time capsule.
it back to
okay.
whenever.
Let's take it back
2001?
to 2001
that
when the
when it was?
first poster for Episode 1 came out. Remember that poster? Of course you do. It's of Anakin Skywalker walking in a desert, and he's got the shadow of Darth Vader. Remember how awesome that poster was? Remember how excited we all got?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then-
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, dude, did you see this weird conspiracy about Jar Jar Binks?
Yes, and I love it.
I was trying to explain it to Wayne the other day. Okay,
I love it.
I love it too.
I love it. It's
And-
never gonna happen.
Well, tell
but
people what it is.
Okay, alright,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
here's
yeah,
the
yeah,
conspiracy.
yeah.
Here's the conspiracy.
This is
So it's batshit crazy, but I hope to God it's fucking awesome.
it might have it.
I mean, whatever. But anyway, it's the whole conspiracy is that Jar Jar is like the ultimate Sith Lord.
oh God.
You haven't heard this at all?
No, I've not.
Okay,
I've not heard anything about
So good. It's so
all right,
good.
so go back. This is gonna fuck you up. Look, Google this, or it's on the internet. I don't know who the fuck put it up, but it's like if you watch the original trilogy, in all these major scenes where the Emperor, well, not the Emperor at the time, the fucking
Senator.
this senator, yeah,
Senator Palpatine, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
What all these major scenes where like shit is happening in his favor, like when the Senate grants him ultimate power for a little while and all this other shit. Jar Jar is the one that does it, and Jar Jar is behind him walking
The
the
puppet
hallway.
master.
He's like
Ooh.
he's playing the Emperor the whole time, and then
Let me tell you how mad the Star Wars universe would
how
be if this
crazy
is true.
is this? But dude, did you see that the dude? All right, so somebody tweeted this shit out. The dude that played Jar Jar tweeted
Holy
back.
patchouli!
Yeah, the dude tweeted back,
Really?
and he said something along the lines of, "It took a long time, but I'm finally glad people realized the intention." I was like,
It's been 10 years in the making,
What?
but now everybody understands Jar Jar's real purpose in life was not to just annoy us and go,
hilarious.
oh no, on camera.
the worst. So,
You know who I loved in that movie was Boss Nass. Do you remember Boss Nass? He was the head of the Gungan world.
oh, the
He
big,
was the big
guy.
the big fat guy that was like,
The big-
we saw no like the Naboo. And then he went like that every like 5 seconds. It was like the coolest guy.
That dude.
Oh my god.
Oh man, but there's like
Ugh.
all these weird things, and they're like talking about how this dude about Jar Jar is like playing like the what is it, drunken master kung fu like shit, and like this is the whole thing. Like he's dumb on purpose because he's practicing being dumb. But dude, if that's the fucking case, I was like, oh wow,
This will
like,
never happen.
No, never. I mean, this is definitely not what would.
I mean, crazier things and plots have happened, but that
True.
is absolutely, it's pretty crazy.
And I think that is probably everyone's biggest pet peeve about the original trilogy. But we want to get into a bigger pet peeve that Kyle has.
Okay. All right, settle in, everybody.
Settle in for this
Story
fucking-
time.
Story time with Kyle.
I don't know why this makes me
Pet
so
peeve
mad.
edition.
I don't know why this makes me so mad.
Just get
But,
into it.
but
just call everyone out. That's
when
what it does to you.
when anyone rides on an escalator, the point is rather simple. You get on the escalator, it takes you either up or down a set of stairs,
Mhm.
and at the end, you get off the escalator and you move about to your final destination. It's very simple.
You walk.
You walk, you move.
Yeah.
You don't, here's what you don't do, you don't stop at the end of the escalator, like the second you walk off, and make all of your life choices there. That is the wrong place to make these choices. That is the wrong place to stop. That is the wrong place to do anything other than move. The goal is to get off the escalator and continue moving, because otherwise the people behind you can't get off the escalator, and then people get hurt.
That's
People
true.
get hurt, Pat.
You seen the video?
I've seen the video of the lady, the
Oh,
one that like that she like falls down the
Throws her
escalator and throws her
fucking kid.
child. Like this is
haven't
one of
seen
the
it,
many
but-
reasons why we should be
Follow the
smarter on
rules.
escalators.
Yeah, you follow the rules of the escalator. If you see a sign saying "Don't go up there," like the lady, this is what we're talking about. Is there's a viral video where this lady
Japan
goes
or
up this
something?
escalator, and apparently there was a news about this or whatever, and they had said, no one uses the escalator, it's broken right now, please don't get on the escalator.
Which
She was like,
bitch got on the
nah.
escalator.
She was like, nah, I don't care. We shouldn't be talking too mean about her because she is not with us anymore. But
No, not
she
at
went up to the escalator, and the top part, I don't know if you know this, but that thing opens
just
up.
Yeah.
It
flips
opens
open.
up so people can do maintenance
Trash
on
can
it.
lid.
So people that work on the
Boom.
escalators can do maintenance.
Right.
And so she stepped on it. It goes in. She gets sucked in by the escalator, and to save the life of her child,
Sarlacc
she
pit escalator.
she threw her child out to I guess one of the workers or whatever.
There'll be a Lifetime movie made about this in like 4 years. I'm sure.
We're already in development.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, it's also a safety thing. I mean, it's a big
huge
pet peeve,
safety thing.
But it's a safety thing. Like, why would you stand there when there's
And
other
people do it
coming?
all the time. I challenge anybody that's listening to this. Next time you get on an escalator, watch what happens when you get to the end of the escalator. I promise you, 98%. Oh no, we just went off Periscope. I was just jiggling the table. Okay.
Kyle's animated.
Not 90% of the time.
Oh, no.
90%
Oh, no.
of the time. Oh dear, is it gonna stay?
Oh no.
It'll
It's-
stay.
Wayne will get
We'll get there.
I'll
There
fix
is.
it.
Okay, he's
Put it
determined.
straight up.
There you go. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
it doesn't
good.
I
have
get a little
to-
bit better view here.
Yeah, that's good.
There we
Man.
go.
90% of the time, people will get off an escalator and they will just stop and look at the world around them like they've never seen the world around them before. And
Wow.
I just don't understand.
It
It's like
is.
walking
I
into
just don't
Disneyland.
understand.
I almost saw a very bad tragedy on the metro escalator down at Pershing Square. There was a guy, I guess he was homeless.
Pershing Square is like a prime spot for this to happen.
Oh yeah.
It's a big
So
escalator,
True
this
story.
guy in a wheelchair decided he was like rolling fast. Like he had somewhere to go. He was like, boop, boop,
Right.
boop, boop. He's
there
going,
an elevator?
and there's an elevator there. But he goes to the escalator, the up
That's
escalator.
a terrible decision.
And I looked at him and I was like, as I'm coming down the down escalator, I looked at him.
You look over.
And he's setting up to get on the escalator, and I looked at him, and I swear he might not have been looking at me, but I was giving him that
You
eye,
felt.
and I felt like maybe
Uh-huh.
he did see what I was saying to him with my eyes, and I was just like, "Don't do this,
yeah.
don't do this," and he went.
Oh,
And he rolled back.
no!
He rolled back. He was like, "All right, fine." Can't do it. And then he waited for the elevator,
Oh,
and I
good.
was like, I almost saw a tragedy. I
Yeah.
almost saw death.
That's
Or
scary.
a broken neck. I mean, I'm
Or-
assuming he's broken
Or
down
you just
halfway.
escalator keeps going up, so you just maybe
Oh,
you
he
just
just
keep
ba-doop.
doing somersaults on
Ba-doop.
it for like hours
But it,
until somebody